Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing well. It's Sunday afternoon here, and I thought that I would share a couple of recipes with you and a mini grocery haul that I did recently, and I hope y'all enjoy. Okay, so this is just like a little mini haul, just so that I could go and get something to cook for supper tonight. We were out of eggs, so I bought 2 dozen. My husband likes to eat eggs pretty much every morning before he goes to work, so I can never have too many. And if I feel like they're going to go bad, I'll just boil them and then we can have boiled eggs. Some dishwashing pods, laundry pods. I bought these 2 cake mixes because I'm going to make some simple crinkle cookies for him to take to work for him and his buddies. It's just cake mix and 1 container of Cool Whip, and then you roll it in powdered sugar and bake it. And yeah, it's very simple. So I just thought I'd do a lemon and a strawberry, some kind of summer flavors for them. I bought these sweet potato patties. My family loves these. I put them in a casserole dish and put some brown sugar and orange juice on top with a few pats of butter and bake those in the oven, and they are delicious. They're going to go with these country style ribs that I got for this evening. It is a simple recipe. That's what I'm going to cook tonight. So I'll show you what I do with those. This is the orange juice for the sweet potato patties. These are quick lunches for me at home. I love yellowfin tuna, and I can just put this on a plate with a garden fresh tomato that I have right here, and that can be my lunch. The same with this. It's just bigger chunks. Like if I wanted to make a tuna fish salad or something, I'd use this. This one is in an olive oil. Normally I get it in water, in spring water, but they were out, and I love olive oil anyway, and it's good for you, so I just went ahead and got this one. I bought this coconut juice because I've been on TikTok a lot lately, and there's a lot of recipes, like dessert recipes, that call for that. So I saw it at the store and I just decided to get it. I feel like it's going to have a long shelf life, so it's not going to go bad. Chicken broth and chicken stock for cooking. I had to let myself run out, which is hard to believe, but I went ahead and stocked up on both of those again. Some of my favorite salsa. If you've never tried this salsa and you don't like it hot and you like it more on the sweet side, this is excellent. I just eat it as a snack sometimes, trying to watch my calories, but that's a great salsa. Wickles Pickles. These are a local company. They're in Alabama, and they have like spicy pickled things. They have pickles, okra, things like okra is my favorite. Let's see, where are they out of? Dadeville, Alabama. Yeah. So this is just, supporting a local company, and they're very good. I usually cook with sweet onions, sort of like Vidalia, but these are not Vidalia, they're just sweet. And I was always told that the flatter the onion is when you're buying sweet onions, the sweeter it is. So that's what I look for when I go to the store, is I get the flattest compact, not round. It needs to be flattened out, and that way it's sweeter. These are tomatoes from my garden. I'll have to show you that one day while they're still producing. I bought this bacon for tonight. I'm gonna fry some cabbage to go with the sweet potato patties and the ribs. The only thing fattening about the cabbage is this bacon, and I don't put a whole lot in there. I just put some in there with the onion that I fry off to give it just a little flavor. I'm gonna make some red beans sometimes this week. I don't know what day, just depends on how long the ribs last, but these are the things that I bought to go in the red beans. And y'all just get ready, as country folks coming in this video. I've got some pork neck bones that I put down in there, some smoked ham hocks, and some Conecuh sausage. Again, this is a local Alabama company. Conecuh is the best sausage. We love it on the grill. The skin is not too tough, and I just slice that up and put it in my red beans along with celery and these peppers here. They all go in the red beans. If you're interested in seeing me cook these red beans, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to record that as well. But like I said, I don't know when that's going to be. It'll have to be after we finish the ribs. But I got some more vanilla because I do a lot of baking, not for sale or anything, just for my family. And this was just a larger one for like cakes and stuff like this, and this is just a more specialized one for when I really want the vanilla to take center stage. It's a little more expensive, but you can really tell it. But anyway, yeah, that's my grocery haul for today. Like I said, it wasn't much, but something to cook for supper tonight. So I'm gonna put this away and then we'll start on supper. Alright guys, the first thing I'm gonna do today is get the ribs ready to stick in the oven because they take the longest to fix. So we'll get those prepared and get those in. I've got a pretty large casserole dish here because I've got 2 packs of the country style ribs, and they should fit. If not, I have a flow over here that I'm going to use. I just put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom just so that nothing sticks. Just kind of weave that around. Let me get a paper towel so that I can spread that all over the bottom of the pan here. Alright, now we'll get our meat, get it opened up. This is my husband's favorite way to eat these country style ribs. He's actually the one that introduced me to this recipe. It's so easy to do on a weeknight when you don't have a bunch of time. And it's very delicious. It's nothing like putting it on a smoker or putting it on a grill. But when you don't have a lot of time, this is a great way to get the general flavor of a rib. It's baked in the oven, yes, that's true. But it's so good with the barbecue sauce. We're just going to kind of shove them in there however we can. I'm going to season them anyway, so we're going to move them around. Alright, I had to take a break and wash my hands and get rid of those pans. But I'm going to season these with some Southern Flavor garlic seasoning. I don't know if they sell this where y'all are from, but whatever kind of seasoning that you like on your meat, just put that on there. Be generous with it. We love garlic. This is a special blend that my friend Chuck gave me. He used to compete in the barbecue circuit. He just does it now for fundraisers and holidays and things like that. But he gave me some of this, and it's pretty spicy, so I have to be a little careful when I'm putting it on our meat. But it does make it so good. I don't know what all's in it. Like I said, it's his recipe. He'd probably have to kill me to tell me that kind of thing. Anyway, we're going to flip this over and do the same thing again. Now, I know I don't have gloves on, but I'm cooking for my family, y'all. I'm sure when you're in your own kitchen, you don't use gloves, so if I was having company or taking this somewhere, I might wear some, but my hands are clean. Don't come after me. Let me wash them again. All right. Let's do the other side. This Southern flavor has some salt in it, but it's really not enough for us, so I'm going to add a little bit of that as well. I have my oven preheated to 375. Ooh, spicy. Get a little bit of salt here. All right. Now, this is what you do. You take your favorite barbecue sauce, whatever that is. This is some that I've made up. But you can get a bottle of barbecue sauce, whatever your favorite style is. We tend to like vinegar-based barbecue sauces down here in the South. It's regional wherever you go. Some places like it sweet, some places like it with mustard, but we like a vinegar base down here. So this has a lot more vinegar than your average barbecue sauce. But you just take your barbecue sauce and you pour it over the top. Now you notice I didn't add any pepper because of that blend that my friend Chuck gave me. It's already spicy enough. And I know this looks like a lot, but it's going to cook down and just be in the bottom. It's kind of like an au jus because this is thin sauce. Ooh, that spice has got me running. All right. Let me wipe this up. I can't stand it when you got sauce on your rim and then you put the lid on. I don't like that. Now what we're going to do is take about half of what we put on there and fill it with water. So however much barbecue sauce you use, put half of that of water in your pan. This is going to steam them. And try not to pour it everywhere because you're just gonna wash your spices off of your meat. Just put it around the edges. It'll go in the cracks and the crevices. All right, that's enough. Now we're gonna cover this with foil and all right, we got it wrapped up. Now we're gonna stick her in the oven, like I said, for an hour to begin with, and then I'll take it out and check it for tenderness. It should be fork tender, just fall apart. If it's not like that after an hour, I'm going to put it back in and check it at every 15-minute intervals. Next thing we're going to do is get our sweet potato patties ready. I've got this casserole dish here, and I'm going to use some Pam this time instead of olive oil because sweet potatoes and olive oil don't really mix in my opinion, but y'all do whatever you want. Just a little light coating so they don't stick. Then we're going to put our patties lined up and stacked up however they fit. We used to have these when I was a kid. My grandmother loved for my mom to cook these. I guess that's where my love of them came from. They're just tradition in our house. But two will make a serving, even for a grown man. So these will go a long way. My husband's brother lives next door to us, and most of the time we'll send him a plate or he'll come over here to eat. But he loves these as well. Any kind of potato he is a friend of. Alright, I'm going to get my orange juice out. Got my orange juice here, excuse me, and my brown sugar. And I'm going to mix it up in a bowl just so that it's already not clumped up when I put it on top of the potatoes. That's enough. And then I use light brown sugar. Just because I prefer it. No reason other than that. Now you could also add vanilla to this mix, but that's not really necessary. It tastes good with the orange juice and the brown sugar. About 3 tablespoons. Spoonsful, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be exact. I hardly ever cook with measurements, y'all, so whenever I do cook, I'll try my best to give you what the measurements are, but I don't know. Alright, got that mixed up. And then you're just going to pour it on top. Just like that. Just make sure they're all wet before you put them in the oven. And then again, a little bit of salt to match this, to combat the sweet. Not a whole lot. That's plenty. And that was half a teaspoon. Alright, we're going to cover these as well and cook those about 30 minutes until it starts bubbling up and they start getting soft. You can tell. But I'm going to wait to put those in until about the halfway mark of my meat. Alright, got that ready. Now all that's left that we need to do is fry our cabbage. In about 30 minutes I'll put those in. I've got my chopping board here and my onion and bacon and cabbage over there. This cabbage was given to me by my cousin who lives across the road. He grew that in his garden this year and it is absolutely beautiful and I can't wait to fix it and enjoy it this evening. So, like you saw in my grocery haul, this is a sweet onion. It's pretty big, but we love onion around here. So, I'm going to chop up this whole onion and put it in our pan over there with a little bit of butter, maybe a half a stick of butter. Y'all, this is no diet cooking. This is good old Southern cooking. We don't eat like this every night, but you know, I've been cooking brown rice and vegetables and lean meats, and I thought I'd give my husband a treat tonight, so that's what we're doing. But anyway, I'm going to put a half a stick of butter in the pan and start frying off our onion and bacon. And we're just going to get this chopped up. Not let this one go too long. Get all that old skin off. It's tough. Let me get my bowl over here. Y'all don't make fun of my knife. This was my mother's knife. Y'all remember the infomercial for Ginsu? That had to have been 20 years ago. But this knife is the best cutting knife that we have in the house. And I've got Pampered Chef knives and all kind of expensive knives, but that serrated edge right there never gets dull. This is the best knife I own right now. And I love it. I don't care if it did come off the TV. It's awesome. I am no chef. But I do the best I can, and my family seems to love it, so that's all that matters to me. I like to cut up half of it little like that, and then for the other half, I leave them kind of big so that you can see the onion in the cabbage. It just makes it look pretty to me and look more appetizing. I know it doesn't matter, but that's what I like to do. Alright, now I've got my onion chopped up. And I'm just only going to put about half of this in our pan over here. You see what I mean? That thing just cuts through everything. Oh, I love it. Now I just fold this up, put it in a bag, put it back in the refrigerator. All right, let's go to the pan. All right, I know this angle is awful, but it's the best I can do, y'all. Just get our butter down in there and get it going. And our onion. Once that gets to frying, we'll put in our bacon. All right, I'm going to season these onions with some pepper, a little bit of salt. Oh, I love the way onion smells when it's cooking. Especially when you got a little butter down in the pan. Let those get a little bit hotter. I have these on medium-high heat, and they've gotten pretty steamy right now. I'm going to go ahead and add my bacon in. Now you could chop this up into little pieces if you wanted to. My husband likes to see the meat, so I'll leave it like this. It's going to get squirched around in there. How you like that? Squirched. It's going to get squirched around. So it doesn't matter how you put it in there. We'll let this cook down, render off, and then we'll get our cabbage chopped up and stick it in there. I'll show you that when it comes time. We've got that coming on pretty good. We've got a little goodie down in the bottom of the pan, but that's okay. We're going to use that in just a minute. I'm going to cut this down and chop up our cabbage. And it's just going to be in big chunks. It doesn't matter. You can do it shredded or you can put it in big chunks, however you prefer. We like ours in big chunks. I just cut down the side of the core here on all four sides. And then cut about halfway. And then you throw that away. Try not to get this all over the floor, but it doesn't matter what I do, it's just going to get in the floor every time. But like I said, it's just a big rough chop. Make some room. Bit of core left in there. I'm going to throw that away too. Oh, that bacon and onion smells so good, y'all. All right, let me get these in there. Oh, see what I mean? Onto the floor. You just toss it over in there on top of your onion and on top of your bacon. Now let's see how I do with this. It's gonna be a pan full, but it's gonna cook down. So don't worry about that. Get over in there. Now, the best way I know how, I stir this up. It's gonna make a mess, and that's okay. You can clean it up, can't you? As soon as I get this stirred up, we're gonna put a little chicken stock down in the bottom just to kind of get all that goodie off the bottom from that bacon and butter. Alright, that's good enough for right now. Get back in there. Alright. Just a little bit of chicken stock to cover the pan, and then we're going to cover it. Cover the bottom of the pan. That's enough. How much was that? I don't know. Half a cup maybe? Now, when that cooks down a little bit, we'll come back and season it. Okay, guys, I put the potatoes in because we were at the halfway mark for the ribs, and I'm just waiting for the cabbage to cook down so that I can put some seasoning in there. It's probably just going to be salt and pepper because we've already got our bacon and onion in there, and that's all it's really going to need. It's going to be yummy, yummy, yummy. It's my favorite way to eat cabbage. It's not healthy. Nobody said it was. I told y'all a while ago this was a special treat for my husband. It's really a special treat for me too. We have been really doing good with trying to eat better. I've been trying to, reduce. But this is we didn't go out on a date night this weekend, and we had planned on it, and I guess this is going to be our date night, even though I'm cooking. That's okay. He deserves it. He works so hard for our family, and this is the food that he loves to eat. So that's the reason that I'm cooking it tonight. But anyway, I'm probably going to have to do the crinkle cookies tomorrow. My back from that mulch, those 50-pound bags, I'm paying for it, y'all. But it looks good. It looks good out there. I'm not going to lie. I need the edge. But, I may try to hire some young little kid who's needs some summer money and say, hey, come edge my beds for me. I know that's awful, but y'all, it's going to be 100 plus this week. I can't be out there. Really, whoever I get to do it can't be out there either. It's just going to have to wait till next week until some of this weather breaks. I cannot believe. I know that in Texas it was like 120 degrees, which is, I can't even imagine how hot that is. But I'm concerned about my animals even at 100 plus. 103 is the highest that I see on the 7-day forecast. But anyway, maybe I can find somebody to edge my beds for me. That would be really lovely if I could. I've done everything else. If I have to pay somebody to edge, I don't think that's too big of a deal. But anyway, we've got 19 more minutes on supper. I'll show y'all what these ribs look like when they come out. I wish you had smell-o-vision because it is smelling so good in here. Do you know what my husband says? He says, when he comes in the door and it's smelling good, like he thinks it's gonna be tasting good, he'll say, "Ooh, you got it stinking up in here." My husband is from Dallas County. Okay. Dallas County, Alabama. He's about as country as you can get, but he's the cutest thing ever. I love him. Anyway, that's what he says, y'all. He says, "You got it stinking up in here, girl." That's a compliment. If he tells you that, it's a compliment. It just smells really good. He can't wait to eat. Anyway, it's getting on after 7. We've got to get this going so that he can get in the bed. And that's another reason I'm going to do the crinkle cookies tomorrow, is because he's here just for a little bit, and then he has to get ready to go to bed to get up in the morning. So I'm going to spend as much time with him as I can tonight and enjoy our time. So I'll show you the ribs when they come out. Okay guys, this has been cooking covered for about 20 minutes now, and I'm just going to leave the cover off and cook it at about medium low until I see some of this juice in the bottom come off. I don't know if you can see all that. Let me see if I can see that juice in the bottom. I'm just going to let this cook until some of that gets out of there, because it's just better that way. It's more fried that way. But look, there's no goodie in the bottom of the pan anymore. It's all over this cabbage. And that is part of the secret of this way of cooking it. It just makes this cabbage so good. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put some salt and pepper in there. And look, I'm not fixing to sit here and sprinkle. I'm going to do that and get the pepper in there. Now, how much pepper was that? I don't know. You do it to your own taste. And then some salt. We're not going to put too much in there because we've already got the bacon in there. Stir that around again. And oh, goodness. Good eating. Now, if I had made this with any kind of meat other than ribs, I would make a pound of cornbread to go with it. But we've got ribs and sweet potatoes, so we don't need any bread. This is bad enough as it is, the way we're cooking it, so we'll just enjoy it this way. My timer went off for my meat, so I'm going to get it out and check it. Alright, let's see what this is looking like. Oh, I hear it and I smell it. My goodness. I need to check my potatoes too. Let's see what we got going on here. Now watch that steam coming out. Oh my. They are not ready. You see, that's not fork tender. So I'm gonna cover them back up. And put them back in there. But I am gonna check my potatoes while I'm here. I think they're probably ready. It doesn't take long. Oh yeah. I'm gonna uncover them. Kind of let them get toasty a little bit. Not a hard crust, but just a little bit of a crust. Alright, I'm gonna set my timer for another at least 20 minutes and check them again. Okay, this has been cooking for about 30 or 45 minutes now, and this is what it's supposed to look like at the end. See that caramelization that's happened with the cabbage and the onions, and the bacon is soft and tender, and there's nothing on the bottom of the pan, none of those goodies or stuck on pieces like I told you. So this is what your cabbage will look like when it's finished. I went ahead and took my potatoes out because they were ready. They had a pretty good little crust on them. Not hard, but just not tender soft either. So it'll be kind of hardish on the outside and tender on the inside. The meat's not ready yet, but as soon as it's ready, I'll show you. Okay guys, I got the meat out of the oven, and this is what it's supposed to look like. See how it's tearing up with my fork? Look, my husband and his brother are sitting here like buzzards on a gut wagon waiting to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hope y'all have enjoyed this video. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you feel that I've earned your subscription, please subscribe so that I can grow my channel. And then I'll catch you in the next one. Thank y'all. Good night.